What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. In this video we're gonna be promoting Clickbank offers using something called Google Display Ads, and this is a method that's not widely used, and so I'm gonna show you how to leverage the existing infrastructure of Google Display Ads, which is very powerful and very lucrative, and how to promote your favorite Clickbank offer. So in this video we're gonna do the whole tutorial from A to Z, everything that you need to know in order to promote any Clickbank offer using Google Display Ads. So definitely stay tuned in order to see what's going on, to see how to do it correctly. All right, so the first thing is that what are Google Display Ads? So I'm here at a regular website, and these are, just like any other website on the internet. We have Mac Rumors, a cool site I check out from time to time. And when you're browsing, make sure you turn off your ad blocker, and you're gonna see this Google Display Ads. And this is one, here's another one, here's one more, and you can basically click on the little eye and you're gonna see Google in here, right? And they're targeting me, I guess, by my cookie, by my location, the kind of sites that I visit, the things that you'll be able to do as well. And leveraging the Google infrastructure, right? And if you're scrolling down, they have one here, and actually a lot of sites have them, right? And these are publishers, right? So even if you have a website, let's say you build up a website tomorrow, you can basically have these ads, and that's called Google AdSense program, where you're basically hosting these ads. But we're going to be on the other side of the game here. We're going to be actually the advertisers who are going to be buying this space and actually buying in the hope of people actually clicking and buying the offer. And so I'm going to show you the whole process. And so if you scroll around, some of them are actually changing. Google is basically rotating these banners, these creatives from time to time, depending on a bunch of factors. And so that is the way you do it. So this is the kind of flow we have. Clickbank with Google Display Ads. We have Google here. We have the visitor. We have Google, we have a landing page, Clickbank. They click on Clickbank, they go to the site, they order the product right on Clickbank, and we basically split the revenue with the merchant. All right, so now that we know how it works, the next thing is that we need to pick an offer. And, honestly, there's a couple of factors that you have to understand. And, offer picking, offer selection is extremely important when it comes to pretty much any kind of affiliate marketing, because you can have everything working absolutely correctly, but if you don't pick the right offer, it doesn't really matter, right? If you pick an offer that doesn't have the right parameters, doesn't do the right thing for you, it's gonna be problematic to really promote it. And so you want to pick the right offer. And so I'm looking for a couple of things, right? The number one thing that I'm looking at is a gravity, right? So if you're scrolling around, I have it open here on the self-help, which is a really nice category, right? So by the way, some of the categories I recommend: green products, health and fitness, home and garden is good, languages is good, sports is also good, and travel. Travel is okay. Obviously, not a lot of people are traveling right now with the current situation. But I really like self-help, right? Self-help is about dating, it's about confidence, it's about all kinds of things psychologically driven, and these things are always going to be in demand. People will always want to be more confident, they will always want to feel better about themselves. So if you're confused where to start, I recommend just starting here. This is as good of a place as any to start, all right? So the next thing you want to look at is basically the gravity, right? So the higher the gravity, the more people are promoting the product, and chances are the more profitable the offer. Because if people are promoting it but it's not making money, people are just gonna stop promoting it, and that this cycle is gonna end, and it's the gravity is gonna be very low. And so you want at least gravity of 20 to 25. That's a good rule of thumb. And anywhere up to like 100, 200, 300, higher. You don't want it to be too high, because it's going to mean that it's very competitive, because a lot of people are promoting it, and that means your costs are going to go up and things like that. But for this particular tutorial, I'm going to make an exception, because I really like this one offer here, which is this offer right here, this Lepti Talks. This is kind of a weight loss offer, and I really like it. I've seen a lot of people promoting it. And so we're gonna be promoting this offer in this video, but you can use this method to promote anything you want, okay? And so we have Leptitox here, and it has a very high gravity of over 500. And if you scroll down, I'm basically, yeah, so I have it by keyword, I can do it by gravity. And we have Leptitox, we have some of the other ones, 25, Mediterranean diet, slim over 55. They have like a much lower gravity, all right? So the next thing you wanna do is, you want to basically open their affiliate page, right? And so every offer on Clickbank, or at least like 99% of the offers, they have something called an affiliate page. And when you open this page, this is where you get a lot of like really advice from the people who created this offer, right? They give you banners, they give you keywords that you can target, they give you everything, they give you advice. Can you run this on Facebook? Can you run this on Google? What is the demographics of the people that are interested? All kinds of interesting things. And so it's this is the thing that makes Clickbank very powerful, right? Because 99% of the offers have that. I think I've seen like 1 or 2 offers that doesn't have it. And so I've been kind of, I went on this page, and once you enter your name and email, you're going to be on this page, right? And if you scroll up, you have affiliate links, email swipes, banners, product images, keywords, ad headlines, landing pages, written content, anything. This is like one of the most complete affiliate pages I've ever seen, honestly. They're basically, they have everything. The only thing they don't have, and maybe I missed this, is the demographics. They're not telling you what kind of people convert the best, because I've seen some of the other pages where they do tell you that. So that's the only thing they're missing here. But that's absolutely okay, right? They give us so much stuff that we can use to promote. And another thing I want to bring to your attention is you can enter your Clickbank ID, and you can pick, this is a tracking ID, so you can have multiple tracking IDs, but you can redirect it to video, text version, and a fast order, right? So that means you don't have to redirect them. If you have your own landing page, you can redirect them directly to the order page. And in my opinion, that's very, very powerful, because we are going to be creating a landing page in this video. It's very important, and I'm gonna get into the reasons in a bit, but suffice to say, it's very important to create a landing page. So we have our Clickbank ID, tracking ID page, things like that. We have a lot of these things. You fill them out. You can have the video. They can basically different headlines. It's basically like a landing page generator, and I've never seen this before. At least I haven't seen something that's as easy to use as this. And so this is really cool, and they give you the link, and you copy this link and you start promoting, okay? So if you are promoting basically on a search network like Google Search or Bing Ads, you can download their keyword packet. If you want Facebook, they even give you advice. If you're gonna do to your email list, you can basically download email swipes, right? They have an email swipe packet. Okay, but we're gonna be promoting on Google Display Ads, and so they give us different banners, and this is another criteria that I look for whenever I am basically promoting Clickbank products. If I want to promote them on Google Display Ads, they have to give me banners. I can go out and create my own, but it's a lot easier once I have the banners. And these are pretty interesting banners, right? They're a little, look at this, it's very clickbaity, right? This one is very clickbaity, and I even read somewhere that supposedly it does really well, and so that is something to consider. And so there's a lot of these little really cool banners, very interesting, and they should have a very high click-through rate, provided that they haven't been promoted to death by others. So that is something to keep in mind. And so the next thing that you want to do is you want to create the landing page. Okay, I basically went ahead and created a simple landing page. It took me about 10 minutes to create. It's not fully finished. I'm basically working on it as I'm making this video, because I'm going to be promoting this product as well. I'm curious how it's going to work. And so we have a basic headline, up to 70% off exclusive bonuses. How does it work? What do you get when you order? We have all these things, and then we have call to action, right? Order now. I have 2 call to actions, order now. And this is going to redirect to the order page, just how they basically allow us to, when you create the page right here, they basically tell you that, they allow you to create a direct link to the fast order page, right? So you can do that, no problem. And so that's kind of what we're going to be doing. I'm going to be using this link generator using the fast order, and I have a tracking ID for that specific campaign. So if I have different landing pages, this could be campaign landing 01, landing 02, etc., etc. And so whenever you want to create a landing page, if you're not sure what to do, just basically Google for this product, because chances are others have done it already. So if we go into Google, let's open up Google. And all you have to do is basically Google something like Lepetor review, right? And I'm sure you're going to see ads. And you're going to see a lot of ads. And you can basically go to any of these sites and see what they have. So for instance, we have on sale 12, review trusted, mesofitness.com. What is this page? Let's open this one. I think I've seen that around. Leptax review, and there you go. So they're basically, so this is not like, this is just an article, right? It's not a good landing page. How about we open something like this? Okay, you can open. So here's a landing page. You can basically, I would not recommend copying this directly word for word, but you can basically create something very similar and work with that, because it's going to be enough, right? And if you don't have a landing page, it's going to be very hard for Google to really approve your ad. There's like a small chance you might get away with it, but I highly recommend creating a landing page. Now, what you want to do is you want to create a domain. You have two options when you're buying a domain. Domain is going to cost you something like $7 per year, so it's extremely cheap. And so when you buy a domain, you can register something like leptitalksreviews.com. And that's only going to be usable for this campaign, But you can also do something else, which is basically register a generic domain, like a niche domain, something like mesofitness.com, reviewtrusted.com, healthcare business today, or .com, something similar to that. And so that will allow you to basically, the domain is going to dictate what your niche is going to be. So if you have a domain that's relatively open, you'll be able to promote different products on it. If you have something like MesoFitness, you can pretty much promote any kind of fitness, health, weight loss offer, things like that. And it gives you a lot of flexibility. So that is something that I would do. It's only $7 a year. It's almost nothing, right? And so that is a really good option. The other thing about this particular product, I also went on Amazon, just kind of learn more about it, typed it in. And as you can see, there's a lot of different products. So it seems like this is something new, or at least I have never heard about this before. And honestly, I'm not really active in this niche, so maybe I missed it. But apparently, they're not the only ones. So if you see a lot of people selling it, that means there's a market for it, right? Competition is generally a good thing. So if you see competition such as this, a lot of people doing it, you have reviews, lots of people buying it, lots of different reviews. You have 2,600, and this is something else, obviously. 477 lectin defense. Maybe they're similar, maybe not, because when I typed that in, that was the result. So maybe Amazon is thinking they're very similar. So this is always a good sign that, this is a product that's selling, all right? So now that we have the landing page, we have the offer, we have everything. The next step is we got to go into Google Ads and actually create these display ads. And I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So here I am in my Google Ads dashboard. And whenever you're here, if you click on create a new campaign, you're given this screen right here. What you want to do is you want to click on website traffic and you want to click on display, right? Everything here you can leave as default. Okay, once you're here, you want to call this campaign something. And typically, it doesn't really matter. I just call it L1 for the name of the product, L1. And then you want to pick United States here. We're going to put it to English. We're going to leave all of this as default. The budget per day, we're going to put something like $10 just to start with. Ad group name, we're going to call AG1. And here you're basically picking the kind of people you want to target, okay? So there's a couple of ways of doing it, right? You have your audiences, you have your demographics, you have your targeting expansion, and then you can actually go ahead and create the ad. You also have the content. And content is basically where you want the ads to show. Audiences and demographics, these are the people who you want to reach, right? So it's basically the people themselves and where they hang out. That's kind of the way to look at it. And so that's kind of, the way you do it. So when you're looking at audiences, when it comes to audiences, Google is basically looking at this using two categories. The first one is something called affinity audiences. Affinity means somebody who is interested in something. They have an interest, they have an affinity. I have an affinity for cars, I have an affinity for electronic bikes, things like that. The next one is in-market audiences. In-market is when somebody is actively looking to buy something. And Google can tell based on searches, based on the kinds of sites they visit, based on the kind of content that people are looking for and consuming, whether person A is either just merely has an affinity for something or is basically looking to buy something. So once you understand that, it's a lot easier to go from here. So you can basically type something like weight loss here and see what pops up. So we have here weight strength training equipment. That's one thing, right? I think we can do a lot better. So I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna try the demographics, right? And so for demographics, it's a tough one because they're not really telling us who is converting better. So I'm going to leave it wide open. The only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to target somebody who is older, because I don't think many 18-year-olds or 22-year-olds are, super interested in weight loss. So we're going to be targeting 35 plus. We're going to have this wide open. And then we're going to scroll down. Now we have content targeting, right? We can do keywords, topics, and placements. And so keywords, right? This is something you have to understand. Keywords is not what people are typing into Google. They're just references. They're something related. So I can basically type weight loss and that's it. It doesn't mean that somebody's going to type weight loss. These are just ideas. The other thing I can do is I can enter a related website. So really one nice trick with this is you want to enter something like Leptitox review, and then you want to go into and see if there's a website that's kind of similar. So how about this one, Leptitox scam? This is merely a negative type of campaign. It doesn't exactly mean that it's a bad product or anything. Just so you understand, they're still promoting it here. And so it's just for people who are typing is Leptitox scam, because that's a popular search phrase for any product. So we're going to enter a related website. We're going to click enter. All right, so I went ahead and entered a bunch of keywords. Obviously, you can basically enter a website, and a website that doesn't have to do exactly with this. You can enter a website with something else. Here's one from MarketWatch. You can enter a URL. You can also enter a website that has something similar to these kinds of products, and you're gonna get more ideas. But for now, we have it enough, right? We're gonna do content here. We're gonna scroll down. Now we can basically create ads. And so what we want to do is we basically want to upload images and logos. So I went ahead and uploaded a bunch of images, and Google works really well because it allows you to basically upload images in different dimensions with different formats, and it basically works really well this way. And so we have some images there. We're going to add this to ad group, and that's it. And what we have now is one ad group with 3 different ads. Okay, we have a bunch of ads here. And this is kind of how we set up, and then we can basically create the campaign. Now obviously you can create another ad group with a different audience, with a different reach. So for instance, you can mix it up with demographics, by different content, the kind of websites they visit. If you know really good websites where people visit for health stuff, and you want to display your ads on those websites specifically, you can do that. But what we're doing here is we're just keeping it simple. We're just using targeted keywords for this specific ad group with these ads. But you can do like I said, you can create multiple ad groups. The purpose of ad groups is to have different ways of finding people. So either the kind of people or where they hang out, or a combination of the above. And then you can also create new ads like I have here. So we can basically create this campaign, and then it's going to go into the approval process, and then within a business day Google is going to approve it, and our ads are going to go live. All right, guys, so that is all I wanted to talk about in this video. This is a very, very powerful method, especially with Clickbank offers that actually give you banners, display banners that you can use. And there's a lot of other networks, not just Google Display Ads, although Google Display Ads is probably one of the biggest out there. And I'm going to have other videos on some of the other smaller niche networks where there's also a lot of potentials for you to promote your Clickbank offers. All right, guys, so that is all I wanted to talk about in this video. I really, really hope you found it useful. If you did, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. And once again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.